Okay, I'm gonna do this last video for the day because I got to get to work. Um, Correspondence is so fucking important in spell work. At least it is to me. Like, sure, a lot of my a lot of my spells are like a fusion of different things, sympathetic and asympathetic. I've got a candle there. I may have some herbs there, but I've also got sigils there, incantations, and usually the way I start out my spells are the brain, which is the incantation, because it's a direct uh, verbal representation of what you want, right? So you need to learn how to write that in a way that I'm not saying you can put everything into an incantation, but as much way to get what you want as possible, and also word it to where you no want, no have, has, that kind of thing, like where it's already happened. My sigil work has to correspond to my incantation. My candle and herbal stuff has to respond to my sigils and my incantation. If I'm working with deities, the deities that I'm working with has to respond to all the things I just mentioned. If I'm working with any type of crystal or any type of physical object or effect, like a raven feather or a horseshoe or whatever it is, it has to correspond. It has to. You ever see the Big Lebowski? It really tied his rug really tied the room together. Well, you really have to tie the room together. Correspondence to me is essential in doing a magical working, because it forms a complete sentence. It's a complete thought, and when you have that random thing that really doesn't have any meaning, the magic may pull its focus toward that random thing that really doesn't belong or really doesn't sync up with the rest of the story that you're trying to tell in your ritual. So keep that in mind when you're doing your workings, no matter how you do them. Whether it's a jar spell or a ritual or a spell. Whether it's a sigil. Even sigils have to have some, in my mind, at least to my mind, they have to have a correspondence to my intention, right? Or else, it's just scribble. So, and it may look like scribble, but at least you correspond that scribble to what you want.